Coming up on 6:30 on WKYT this morning, a woman has died hours after falling into a sinkhole in Kentucky. We'll have details on the rescue effort that has now turned tragic.
An Eastern Kentucky officials in jail this morning on drug and theft charges.
And it's basketball time in the Bluegrass. We'll get you ready for UK's NCAA game and the boys' Sweet 16 tournament beginning today at Rupp Arena.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning, and it's so good to have you with us on WKYT as we kick off Wednesday. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith, and we are headed into a big week and weekend for basketball.
That's right. A little chilly out there this morning, and that'll be the case if you're headed out to the boys' Sweet 16 today. Sounds like you might need a jacket. Mike, of course, I've been talking about the yellow jackets today.
Yeah. That are orange.
They're really orange, right? Yeah.
So
from Williamsburg.
Right, exactly. Good luck to you guys. I hope you knock them dead tonight. It'll be a big W. I mean, it's been nearly 70 years since you guys have been to the tournament. So good luck, Williamsburg. Live sky camera, there's your shot. And it looks pretty good outside. No fog, no rain. It's just downright cold. Upper 20s, lower 30s outside. A coat will be needed not only this morning, but traveling in toward the afternoon. There you are, 48. Nice little breeze along with it. It won't feel that great. It'll look decent, though. Mixture of sun and clouds, but the rain comes in tomorrow. Could we have some snow accompanying that rain? Well, I'll go into your latest forecast, further detail in about 10 minutes.
Okay, we'll see you in a bit, and let's get to the news.
Well, new this morning, a desperate rescue effort has come to a tragic end. A woman who'd been missing for hours has died after falling into a sinkhole.
Firefighters in Louisville were called overnight to try and rescue a woman who was in her 70s, but after several hours, her body was finally pulled out of the sinkhole just a short time ago. Again, that story continuing to develop in Louisville, but again, the woman who fell into a sinkhole this morning has been located and has now passed away. New this morning, 2 people are recovering after an early morning crash in Lexington. It happened around 5 this morning on Liberty Road near Liberty Elementary School. Police say a car ran off the road through a yard and fence and ended up in some shrubs. A 19-year-old and a 22-year-old have been taken to the hospital with what are believed to be minor injuries. Also new this morning, 1 person is charged in a crash that sent 6 people to the hospital. That happened Tuesday night on Highway 72 in Harlan County. State police say James Gross crossed the center line and crashed into another car with 5 juveniles riding inside. He was trapped inside and had to be cut out. No one was seriously hurt, but Gross is facing several charges, including DUI.
Well, a man is in critical condition this morning after being hit by a truck. The crash happened Monday night on Big Hill Road in Madison County. The Richmond Register reports the driver told the sheriff's office the man walked out in front of him. The victim, 68-year-old Robert Jackson, was taken to UK hospital with life-threatening injuries. Well, investigators hope an autopsy will give them more insight into Lexington's latest homicide case. WKYT's Mark Barber is live for us at police headquarters with an explanation of where the investigation stands this morning.
Good morning, Rebecca and Bill. So far, there are more questions than answered in Lexington's 3rd homicide case of the year. But the coroner says he's hoping to learn more about Vondre Smithers' death today from his autopsy results. Now, this morning, the state examiner's office is examining the state crime lab is examining the body of the 20-year-old who was found lying on Belafonte Drive yesterday morning. Smithers was rushed to UK hospital, but the coroner says he died from a gunshot wound before he made it into surgery. We're learning more this morning about the 20-year-old who we found is no stranger to violence. According to court records, Smithers was arrested last April after he admitted to police that he was involved in a shootout on Scottsdale Circle. No one was hurt there, but police tell us stray bullets hit several homes. An arrest citation shows that Smithers was arrested and charged with carrying a concealed deadly weapon without a license after officers found him hiding in the grass with a gun tucked between his pants. This morning, investigators are still working to solve his murder. The coroner tells us officers are trying to determine if Smithers was shot on Belafonte Drive or if he was shot elsewhere and then dumped there. They have been questioning neighbors and searching the area for clues, but so far they don't have a description of the shooter. Police are now hoping that a tip from the public will help them find the killer. They're asking anyone with information to call them. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Mark, thank you. An Eastern Kentucky official is in jail this morning on drug and theft charges. Bell County Magistrate Ricky Gooden was arrested after a search of his business, County Gun and Pawn Incorporated. He's accused of selling pain pills and meth out of the pawn shop. Police say the arrest was part of a 7-month investigation. The case against a man accused of stealing bourbon from a Central Kentucky distillery has been delayed. Gilbert Kurtzinger's attorney has asked a Franklin County judge for more time to review the case. The sheriff says Kurtzinger stole 5 barrels of bourbon from Wild Turkey Distillery. He also says he can't rule out a connection to a 2013 theft of expensive Pappy Van Winkle bourbon.
A consumer alert for you this morning. Kraft Foods is recalling more than 240,000 cases of its macaroni and cheese. Kraft says 8 people found pieces of metal in the boxes, but so far no one's been hurt. The recalled 7.25-ounce boxes are original flavor and have best by dates between September and October of this year. They're also marked with the code C2. The Secret Service says more tests will have to be run on an envelope addressed to the White House. It twice tested positive for cyanide. The letter arrived Monday at a facility that screens mail for the White House and is located away from the grounds of the Executive Mansion. A Secret Service spokesperson says an initial test came back negative.
It is 6:35 on WKYT this morning, and it is the clearest sign yet that Kentucky Senator Rand Paul plans to run for president. Paul's advisors say they are preparing to launch a White House bid on April 7th. He's hosting an event that day at the Galt House in Louisville. One advisor says the senator could still decide not to run, but that is not expected to happen. In fact, he's expected to quickly travel to Iowa and New Hampshire after the announcement. Fraternity at Penn State has been suspended. Police say some members of Kappa Delta Rho used a secret Facebook page to post pictures of nude women online. Investigators don't think the women knew the pictures were being taken. They appeared to be asleep or passed out. The fraternity has been suspended for a year, and police are planning to file charges. Well, you can expect a lot of extra traffic and people in downtown Lexington today. The boys' Sweet 16, the basketball tournament for the high schoolers, starts today at Rupp Arena.
The action gets underway at noon and runs through Sunday. WKYT's Victor Puente is live in downtown Lexington to give us an idea of what drivers can expect there.
Good morning, Rebecca and Bill. Over the next 5 days, thousands of basketball fans will make their way to downtown Lexington. That could cause a traffic mess with multiple games of the tournament playing out over one day. Even if you're not going to the games, you could still be impacted if you're trying to drive through downtown Lexington. The first round of games started at noon with Collins versus Owensboro. Once they're done, Taylor County will play Hopkinsville. Then many of those fans will clear out, and a new group will come to Rupp Arena for the evening games. Those start at 6:30 with Covington Catholic playing Campbell County. Then Williamsburg will take on Doss. The heaviest traffic is expected before each of those rounds begin, but with fans coming and going all day, downtown should remain pretty busy until this all ends on Sunday with the championship game scheduled at 2. Now, tomorrow will be a repeat of today with a new set of 8 teams coming to play their games. Live in Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
All right, Victor, thank you. A lot of fun starting today.
Of course, we can't forget about the Wildcats. Of course, they'll be taking on the Hampton Pirates tomorrow in the NCAA tournament.
But you can check out the Cats in Louisville today if you'd like to drive over. Several teams will be practicing at the KFC Yum Center today. UK will be practicing from 5:10 until 5:50. The practice session is free and it is open to the public. And if you want to check out the Cats competition, Hampton will be practicing this evening from 6:40 until 7:20. Now, we'll preview the Kentucky team in the NCAA tournament. Join us for Big Blue Road to Indy. It's a special at 7 o'clock tonight on the CW Lexington. Well, Britain's Prince Charles and his wife Camilla are waking up in the United States this morning. The royal couple landed at Andrews Air Force Base outside of Washington, D.C. last night. The couple will visit cultural and educational sites in Washington over the next 3 days, and then on Friday, they will travel to Kentucky and visit some charities and attend a reception at Churchill Downs. busy time in Louisville.
A truck driver trapped inside fiery wreckage has a stranger to thank for saving his life.
Larry Coulter was driving a dump truck carrying stone when a tire blew out and he crashed into a guardrail. Coulter tried to kick out his windshield, but he couldn't break through it. That's when Ed Brunner came pulling up, jumped out to help. Brunner then used a rock to beat in and pull Coulter out of the vehicle. The two reunited after the crash, and Coulter was able to thank the man who saved his life. Here's the situation out in Midland, Texas, where they detonated about 20,000 pounds of fireworks seized by the ATF. Bomb squads from several agencies were on scene to assist with that massive explosion. It was done during the day because police say it was not meant to be a fireworks show. Panera Bread is planning to open a new cafe in downtown Lexington. The Herald Leader reports the cafe should open this summer in Park Plaza on Main Street. The apartment towner is next to Lexington's Central Public Library. Panera has more than 1,800 cafes in the U.S. and Canada, including 3 stores in Lexington. Another option downtown.
That's always a good thing, yes. Well, let's check to see what is happening on the roads this morning.
Live drive traffic now, and here is Officer Don with our check. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. There are no wrecks. That's the great news. The circle looks okay. We do have a stalled car on the exit ramp from the outer loop of New Circle there at Versailles Road, but shouldn't be a real big issue getting past that at the moment. Inbound Versailles looks good coming in from Woodford County, and we'll get a live look right now at Broadway and High Street where traffic's picking up headed toward downtown. They're going to continue pothole repairs later today on the circle. Flew over yesterday, saw delays on the inner loop around Clays Mill. They're just going to do it in various places, so just be aware of that if you're going to be on the circle. As far as our Waze maps concerned, live drivers on the way in this morning, showing us just normal traffic flow around the city, even on Man o' War. We're also okay on the interstate. Now back to you in the studio.
All right, and all of that ahead of the tournament crowd that'll be arriving later today. Watch for pedestrians especially. A lot of folks walking during the tournament in the downtown area. More WKYT this morning is on the way on your Wednesday.
He's getting back into the ring, not necessarily the political sort. We'll tell you what he is fighting for this time and who he's going up against.
Boy, it's chilly outside this morning. It's going to be a cold next couple of days, but not only that, we're looking good now, but some rain is on the way. I'll show you when that moves into our area coming up.